What's up, everybody? How you doing? Thanks for tuning into a brand new video. So hopefully this video will help you out if you have purchased this Canam cargo box. I didn't do the cooler, and I'll explain that later on in the video. But for one, I bought the Canam box. Yes, it was overpriced, and it's just expensive. It is what it is. But I did that because I do have the link system for the spare tire as well, which I'm going to show you how everything looks once it's all completed. So it's very, very easy setup. The way it does just comes right in the box. It comes with some hardware and stuff. But the reason why I'm making this video is because they don't come with instructions on how to install this, which obvious reasons. It's plug and play. Like, it literally, you just set it in the machine, tighten the fasteners down, and it's done. But let me show you the reason why I'm making this video and why people would want to see instructions on how to install it, because it's not just as easy as just plugging it in, twisting a cap. So I will definitely show you guys right now. All right, so I really don't have somebody here, unlike the last video, to help me film this, but I got you on a tripod here. But what's going to happen is there's links at the bottom of, or one on each side, from the back of the machine, or back of the cargo box, whoops. And one's gonna mount right in here, this hole, and then same on the other side. So like I said, it's super easy just to plug and play. So let's get that hooked up right now, which seriously only takes just 2 seconds. There we go. Here's the box. Pops right on in. Just like that. I guess I can bring you guys over here now. Yeah, let's take you off the, show you what's going on. Look at that. So it's in here. It's not, I didn't mount it yet, but it's in there, in the holes. I like their little latches here. It just takes no effort, which they are able to be locked, which is really cool. So anyways, you lift this up, and like I said, you have one twisty didgeridoo here that's locked in, and then one over here. Now, this is where they don't tell you, because that obviously was super easy, right? Well, the reason for making this video is so since you have the rear mounts, it's still jiggly jigglies. So it does come with some hardware. I have the bolts and screws over there. So if you're curious, these two in the kit are going to be the ones that you want to use, along with the bolts, and then you're also going to need a drill. They don't tell you that. They don't give you nothing. These are meant for quads. So if you have like a rack here, sorry, the quad's a little dirty, you would use this hookup. Well, you guys get the hint. You just go around and link up there. So if you're putting it in X3 Canam, actually, if you're putting it in with plastic mounting instead of metal rack, then you'll need this mount right here. These ones are irrelevant, so it's kind of cool to give you that little option, which actually I might be able to custom or use these things for something else because of little hooks. Anyways, let's get into it. So yeah, you will have the drill, which is the pieces right here. I'm gonna take this right back off, and I will show you. And actually, before I take this off, I did detach it or unlatch it, but right underneath, so like I said, one in the back on each side, and this will go right in the front as like a little hook. And the hook, flip this up like that. The hook is going to sit, I gotta try to figure it out again, but I think it goes that way towards the front of the machine, and it is just gonna hook right in here when you, I don't wanna let go of it, but it'll hook right in here to keep it hopefully pretty stable. I've heard some mixed reviews, people saying nope, but then again, I've only found one video of somebody showing you how to install this, but didn't really go over the box that much after. He just kind of put it together, and then that was it. This video, I'm gonna show you to drill, mount, test it, and then I'll show you the capacity of the box, and then also I'm gonna put the spare tire on the link rack, and just show how it all looks together. So far, I do like the slickness of it, and I guess I could show you now why I went with the cargo. So the cargo is definitely small. I think it's like 8 gallons if I remember right, or something like that. It doesn't really matter, but it's really small. It's flush. Even though the fire extinguisher is blocking the rear view, I could still see around it. And the cooler actually goes up to like here. It pretty much blocks your whole view as if you were, you know, in the passenger seat or in the driver's seat and looking back. So that's why I went with the cargo. Also put in the heat shield from Geyser, which you guys have already seen that video. So that'll help keep any type of, either if I put cold drinks or like a little soft ice chest in here, they still keep the ice cold for a little bit of time. So anywho, let's get to some drilling. All right, so I'm about to do some drilling here, but I figured I would demonstrate of what it would look like. So here are the pieces that you were screwing in the back to the plastic. And then if it was a cage mount or a metal rack, these are what you would mount here. And this would just hook into the cage on top of twisting those in. However, we're not gonna need these hooks, but I just wanted to show you that's how it would work if you were mounting it to a quad, like I said, with a metal rack or something. This is the way you would mount it if you had the plastic rack, as Canam X3s normally do. So this is actually, you want this hook facing backwards to where it has that curve. That's the way you want it to face, this hook. You don't want it facing this way because it's not going to hook. So just keep that in mind. You want to turn it this way towards the front of the machine. After, if this was flipped over, faced in, that's the way you would want to go. So make sure that hook is going to the back. So let's drill. Alrighty, so let's get to some drilling, and we're going to be using a 5/16 bit. And shout out to DeWalt and for the boys. All right, let's go. I already drilled some pilot holes, even though they already come with pilot holes, but you know. Beautiful. It should look just like that. And then here is the piece. These two ones with the Loctite on it. We'll just go right on in. Just like that. Well, on the inside, inside out. So I'll get this mounted up and I'll show you guys what I mean. All right, so got the holes drilled. As you can see, they're coming through the bottom. Definitely not a cooler. And like I said, so this is technically the front, as where you would see. You want this hook, once again, to go towards the back. And let's get to it. And then this plate over here, it just mounts right in there. Just like so, and with those two screws. And these are what is it, a T, oh, as per usual, it's a T20 right there, a T20 Torx. So you'll need that as well. All right, so it's all mounted up. It's loosey-goosey because you definitely want it to be loose. So once it fits into that little slot like I showed you guys, I guess we can go ahead and put it up there now, but oh, my neighbor's leaving. But anyways, get it hooked up, and then once it's all set in place, then we'll go ahead and just tighten it down that way, because there's gonna be a lot of moving around to do. So let's get it up there. All right, guys. Well, I got it in, and here's the front test. Ugh. Yeah, it's solid. I don't want to hit it too much, but here's a trick. So if you have it too tight, which like I said, I had it loose, but if you have it even tighter than, if you had it like how I had it, you pretty much have to have it all the way loosened up, because you want that gap, which, sorry, I have this in the way, but see if I get down here. It needs, I'm not gonna take it back out, that gray piece I mounted needs to be really loose so it can fit in between, or fit down there, and then you tighten it up from there, if that makes sense. So just make sure it's just really loose, and obviously you'll put this in first, and then those should pop in. So now, should be good just to go ahead and tighten it up. You can see how I could feel the box getting tighter. Tighten it down. It's pretty much like the fastener. And yeah, I'm not using power tools in this one. I don't know how much you torque it, but probably do quite a bit. It is plastic, so take her easy. There we go. Oh yeah, that's good. These are all tightened down. Yep. Awesome. Well, that wasn't too bad, and hopefully this little how-to video was good, but it's freaking solid now. And this, see, remember before in the video I could lift this up. Now I can't. It doesn't even move. It's solid in there. Awesome. Really much enjoyed. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the spare tire on here and show you guys how everything kind of works. There she is, all nice and beautiful. Oh, let's get to this angle. There we go. As you can see, pretty good, pretty solid. And even in the rear view mirror, you can still see out. On the cooler, like I said, you wouldn't be able to see, even though it's really hard to see anyways. But yeah, so with the link system, I need to do a separate video on it because I want to do some pros and cons about it. But both of these are made for this setup, even for the cooler as well. The cooler will set up a little bit higher, but it's meant for all that because here, let's just say you wanted to get something and you can't even really open it. You could still actually access it, which is actually quite nice, convenient, so you don't have to lift this thing up every time. But let's say, like the cooler being taller, you couldn't, you know, you definitely wouldn't be able to grab a drink out of there. So what this link system is, if you haven't seen this, which again, very pricey, but very much worth it. Comes with a nice Y strap for your spare tire, brand new, which I think I'm due for some new tires here soon. And you just flick this, and this just pops up with some assistance of the shocks, and then it goes up, and then it locks in. That way it doesn't fall back down and kill you. But it definitely goes up pretty high, almost hit the garage opener. And yeah, and now you're able to easily access your box. So I love the system. Like I said, it definitely is pricey, but overall fun little project here. And along with the heat shield, I'm definitely going to be putting some like toe straps in here, everything that I would keep in the floorboards of my seats down here or down below. Probably gonna go in that box, and then maybe some like other didgeridoos. But once I fill it up and have my whole setup, I'll definitely let you guys know. This is gonna be, I'm trying to turn this thing into like a recovery rig, so it's gonna have like a winch and all that jazz. But yeah, so I do want to do the next video will be a review on the link system. Maybe I'll do that in a few days. But yeah, hopefully this how-to video helped you all out in any way, shape, or form. There's, like I said, I tried to do some research because I was just curious on how the heck things worked without instructions. So I managed to make it work, and it looks good. Definitely a 10 out of 10 for me. Pricing, it could have been a lot cheaper, but if you are interested in something like this, I will have a link down below. You can go purchase this one if you would like this exact one, and if you would like a link rack spare tire holder as well, I'll put that in the description. So anyways, thank you guys. Hopefully this helped, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.